It should come as no surprise that companies large and small are using artificial intelligence platforms and software to help them make decisions that were once the domain of HR departments. Joining us in a moment is Emmy-winning investigative reporter and professor of journalism at NYU, Hilke Schellmann. Her new book, The Algorithm: How AI Decides Who Gets Hired, Monitored, Promoted, and Fired, investigates these seemingly automated tools that could potentially be weeding out current and potential employees based on some questionable criteria. So welcome, Hilke. Your book, The Algorithm, delves into the ways that AI is impacting the life cycle of employees. This will no doubt raise a lot of eyebrows here. So if you could, explain the tools employers are using and why do they warrant investigation?
Yeah, so I think we see that most Fortune 500 companies use AI somewhere in the pipeline of hiring. So we see it a lot with resume screeners. So if you upload your application to any of the big job platforms, or you apply to employers' websites directly, often there's a resume parser that will sort of sort the resumes into the yes and into the no pile. And then we see a lot of and that was obviously coming through the pandemic. We see a lot of one-way video interviews. Where folks get pre-recorded questions and there's no one on the other side. And then we see also video games that job seekers are asked to play to sort of understand what are their capabilities, what are their personalities, are they agile, are they quick to learn, all of those things that companies want to know. And this is all coming from a place that we see now. Companies get inundated with millions and millions of applications, so they feel like we need a technological solution. I've heard from lots of employment lawyers who said, oh yeah, we found gender discrimination in that tool and we told the company not to use it, but the startup is still around. So yeah, there is a lot of tools that unfortunately do more harm than good.
And we also wanted to ask you about some eye-opening tests that you conducted on a specific tool claiming to assess personality and job suitability based on voice samples. So walk us through that experiment and the surprising results.
Yeah. So what I often think about is in this case, there was a one-way video interview where, you get a bunch of questions and you're asked to answer them and record yourself. So I always think about, what is with folks who maybe have an accent, who have a speech disability, and, when their audio does get transcribed into text, will the AI tool be fairly examining them? So I thought, let's give it a little test. So I spoke to one of the tools in German. And I read a entry on Wikipedia about psychometric, and I was surprised. I sent the email out, and I got an email back saying oh, you are 73%, qualified for this job. And I was like, I didn't even say a word in English. And when I looked at the transcription, it was just gibberish. I think that really worries me about these are high stakes decisions. It matters who gets a job and why we get a job.
Right. Very clearly not a perfect science just yet. Now, you spent 5 years on this book. You talked to job applicants, employers, and whistleblowers.
Yeah. So
what steps will need to be taken to ensure the responsible and ethical use of AI in the field of human resources?
Yeah. So I feel, there should be a lot of skeptical questions first for the developers. We need to have explainability. Why was somebody rejected? Why was somebody put in the next round? And often even the developers of the tools do not know that because these are unsupervised AI models. So I find that very problematic. We have to have explainability, transparency. So if somebody's in front of a judge, they have to explain why somebody made it into the next round.
Hilke Schellmann, this is a fascinating topic that we will be grappling with likely for years to come. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hilke Schellmann's book is out now, The Algorithm: How AI Decides Who Gets Hired, Monitored, Promoted, and Fired, and Why We Need to Fight Back Now.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.